Hello and thanks for staying with us on Asset TV. Welcome to the news. I am Mania Osibi. First, the headlines. Nigeria police bars Amotekun vigilante groups from Osun election duties. And Army colonel killed in Abuja after resisting abduction. Now the news in details. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has approved the immediate dissolution of the Presidential Implementation Committee, PIC, on the alienation of federal government's properties. In a statement signed by the Special Advisor to the President, Information and Strategy, Bayo Onaniga, says henceforth all matters relating to the activities of the committee will be coordinated by the Attorney General of the Federation and the Minister of Justice, Lateef Fagbemi. The PIC was established in year 2000 during the administration of former President Olusegun Obasanjo to oversee the privatization, sale and lease of federal government landed assets under the government's monetization policy. Its members comprise then the Minister of Housing as chairperson alongside representatives from the Ministries of Transportation, Justice, Health, Agriculture and the Nigerian Police Force. Professor P.T. Atiri, then a Deputy Director in the Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, served as the Pioneer Secretary. Other members were drawn from both the public and private sectors. Following the President's directive, the PIC stands dissolved and the Secretary, B.I. Dusama, is hereby forth directed to cease acting on behalf of the committee and the federal government on all related matters. The Nigerian police has barred the Western Nigeria Security Network, Amotekun, vigilante groups, Neighborhood Watch, and other quasi security outfits from participating in security operations during the Osun governorship election. The Assistant Inspector General of Police in charge of Zone 11, which covers Osun, Oyo and Ondo states, gave the order ahead of the August 16, 2026 governorship polls. In a statement issued to journalists in Osogbo, the state's capital, and signed by the Zonal Police Public Relations Officer, CSP Ojidele Olariwaji Tunji, explained that the decision was to ensure law and order and protect the integrity of the electoral process, pointing out that only constitutionally recognized security agencies will be responsible for election security before, during, and after the polls. The AIG stressed that all security personnel deployed for the election must be properly identified and must wear appropriate official uniforms. Operatives of the Lagos State Command have arrested a suspected armed robber, recovered a local fabricated pistol and assorted charms during a routine patrol in the Igando area of Lagos State. The suspect, identified as Olajunja Shegun Samson, 29 years old, was arrested after he and two other occupants of a motorcycle allegedly attempted to flee on sighting a police patrol team. The Police Public Relations Officer, Lagos State Command, SP Abimbola Adebisi, disclosed this in a statement issued to journalists in Lagos, said the arrest formed part of the command's sustained operations against crime and criminality against the state. According to the statement, the patrol team became suspicious after sighting a motorcycle conveying 3 male occupants whose behavior became suspicious. The command said a search of the arrest suspect and the abandoned motorcycle led to the recovery of one local fabricated pistol and assorted charms believed to have been used by the suspects on their victims. It added that the suspect remains in police custody while efforts have been intensified to crack down and arrest the two fleeing accomplices. Commending the operatives for their vigilance and professionalism, the Commissioner of Police, Lagos State Command, CP Tijani Fatai, reiterated the command's resolute to sustain the fight against violent crime in Lagos State. We'll now take a short break, and when we return, we'll bring you more stories. Don't go away. Stay with us. Nigeria's Ministry of Defense, General Christopher Musa, retired, has dismissed reports alleging that he resigned from office, describing the crimes as false, misleading, aimed at distracting ongoing efforts to improve the country's security. Speaking to journalists after meeting with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu at the presidential villa, Abuja, General Musa said he had never contemplated or discussed resigning from office with anyone. The minister said he has just briefed President Tinubu on the current security situation across the country, adding that the president expressed satisfaction with the progress being recorded by the nation's security agencies so far. In a related development, the Ministry of Defense also issued a public disclaimer through the minister's special assistant of media, Leah Katun Babatunde, describing reports of the minister's alleged resignation as fabricated misinformation intended to mislead the public. It urged media organizations, bloggers, social media users to verify information through official government channels before publishing or sharing sensitive reports, warning that the spread of false information about senior government officials, particularly in the security sector, could undermine public confidence and distract from ongoing efforts to address the country's security challenges. Now, on a sad note, Colonel Abdulsalam Uday, a senior military intelligence officer, has been shot dead after putting up fierce resistance against armed assailants who ambushed him at his residence in the Kurudu area of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. The incident, which occurred on Monday evening, also left 3 members of his household, including his wife, driver, and security guards, who are currently suffering from severe gunshot injuries. These injured victims are presently receiving emergency medical treatment. According to preliminary reports, and security sources say the armed assailants besieged his residence in wait for the senior officer shortly before he arrived home. Some security sources revealed that the attackers attempted to forcefully abduct the officer. However, Colonel Uday fought back despite being outnumbered. His resistance prevented the assailants from taking him away alive, though they shot him multiple times at close range. Colonel Uday hails from Enugu State, was a highly decorated officer within the Nigerian Army Intelligence Corps (NAIC). Manya Osibi, Asset Television News. And that is the news at this moment. Do well to follow us on our social media handles for more on the news. On behalf of the production crew, I am Manya Osibi. Many thanks for staying with us.